Hello, and Rondo is back, and because there was a couple of you guys who wanted to see more of the films concerning censorship in Finland on video in the 80s and 90s, so here is Rondo's Censored Beard Recognition 2. And first up we have Lucio Fulci's The New York Ripper. And at the end of 1982, this movie was first banned completely in Finland. And then later, 1985, United Film got an 18 rating to this movie to be released in cinemas, and that version was cut about 5 minutes, so heavily censored. And then then there was also still 2 VET classifiers, censors, who wanted to ban this movie, still after 5 minutes of cuts. But then, later on, 1989, the video got released with a 16 rating, and that version was then cut almost 8 minutes. And was released here in Finland just with the name Viiltäjä Ripper. And then we come to a movie which we discussed with Galfi. It is the original King Kong from 1933, definitely a golden age of Hollywood movie classic. And iChurch's VET's Elonet database, Galfi said that this movie was originally banned here in Finland in theaters, but I couldn't find any mention from Elonet's site this movie being banned here in Finland, because I found an information that 4th of February 1934 this movie got its Finnish cinema premiere. But who knows? Because in the 30s, for example, Universal monster movie classics like Frankenstein and Dracula were banned, so I'm not completely sure about this movie. There is no any other information from 1993 concerning this movie. So, well, the main thing, then we come to this video version. This is by Castle Video, and over here it says this should be, I don't know, this finger, that this should be original uncut version, and here is 12 rating. But then actually on the tape itself it is rated 16. Stupidly high for this kind of a classic movie. And it says that well, the uncut version's running time is 100 minutes, but this version, rated 16, is cut 5 minutes. And at the time I didn't know about this, that this classic is cut. I was amazed about the high rating, of course, but then later on, when I first time saw this classic from television, I was really amazed to see what has been cut out. And at the time, those scenes where the King Kong is stomping those natives, and that sequence where King Kong is stripping Fay Frey's character, maybe that's being too sexual or something, those were cut out, so I was really amazed that this was cut that much. And nowadays, VD should really apologize to our movie-loving fans about butchering this movie. And still nowadays, the law has changed, so I've been waiting. I hope that some distributor will release this again on DVD, because I want to see what rating this is going to get. Because at the beginning of this year, our rating system guidelines changed a bit, but this was released on DVD before the change, and it was still rated 15, which is fucking damn high for this kind of a classic movie, and it definitely don't deserve that kind of a high rating. Still one of my favorite movies, by the way. Okay, and then we go back to Elm Street in 2 occasions. First up is A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, Dream Warriors. And 14th July 1987, this movie got its premiere here in Finnish cinemas, but that 18 rated version was cut 1 minute 10 seconds. And then we had to wait for 1990 to get a video release rated 16 of this movie, and that was cut massively 6 minutes 26 seconds, making this the most censored of the Elm Street movies released here in Finland. And by the way, I watched this yesterday, and oh damn, how I was amazed about those massive cuts on that version. Like that girl who wanna be an actress, she is stumping a cigarette to her hand, that was cut out, and that I think is mild violence. Well, maybe to the censors that wasn't a mild violence, but anyway. Let's go to the next Elm Street movie, and it's Rennie Harlin's A Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master. And this was cut in Finnish cinemas, and that version was rated 18, but that was cut 40 seconds. And the sequences what was cut from that cinema version was that pizza sequence, the dream sequence where Freddy is piercing that boy's head with his razor finger and eating it. That was cut. And then that chick who's working out, and then Freddy appears and start to push those lifts down on her, breaking her hands, arms. That was cut. And then at the end, the sequence where Freddy is destroyed by all those souls of his previous victims, that was shortened too. And then we come a video version which was released at the end of 1989, and it was cut by 5 minutes 7 seconds. And I guess those must be maybe a distributed cuts, because also VED demanded 10 cuts 17 seconds, so almost 5.5 minutes has been cut from this 16 rated video version. And then we go action movies. First, Snake Eater. This movie was first banned completely on video in 1990, and then later on, 5th of June 1990, this was released with 16 rating, but after cuts of 4 minutes 14 seconds. And I have never seen this movie uncut. And then a movie Bullies from 1986. This movie was banned completely on video at the beginning of 1987. And then a few years passed by, and 1991 this was released with a 16 rating and cuts of 2 minutes 7 seconds. But still there was 3 VED examiners who wanted to give this version 18 rating. Okay, and next up, Tales from the Dark Side, the movie. I really like this film. This also got censored on video, and this was released in 1991. And the 16 rated video version is cut by 2 minutes 17 seconds. Okay, and then we come to Bruce Lee classic, The Way of the Dragon. The Bruce Lee movies met the wrath of censors, of course, here in Finland. And in the 70s, these movies usually got banned because our censors didn't like these martial arts movies. But later on they got video releases, which were cut of course, and the Bruce Lee's last movie, Enter the Dragon, was banned as long as 2001, when it finally got released, when the old strict censorship law was over. But back to this release, The Way of the Dragon, and like I said, this movie's cinema release was banned here in Finland in 1975. And at the end of 1989, a video version released by United Film, rated 16, was cut 7 minutes 59 seconds, which is this version here. And then later in the 90s, 1993, Finkino Video also released a version of this movie rated 16, and that version was cut by 3 minutes 13 seconds. But that Finkino version running time was 84 minutes, and actually this version is 3 minutes longer than that Finkino Video version. So this seems that, I don't know, did the Finkino acquired this almost 8-minute cut version of United Film, and VET then cut even more, those 3 minutes 13 seconds of this film, so then you'd have to say that that version released in 1993 should be cut almost 11 minutes. But very censored movie anyway. Okay, then Shadow of Death next, starring Anthony Perkins. And I really love this movie, but I have never seen this uncut. And this version, this is cut by several minutes, but I couldn't find any cuts mentioned in the VET's Elonet site. This was just released from this version, lasting 82 minutes. No cuts mentioned, so I presume that the distributor has been doing the cuts. And I think the cuts are several minutes. From Internet Movie Database, I found a running time of 94 minutes, which would make that this version is cut by 12 minutes. But I guess that 94-minute runtime is NTSC, American running time. But anyway, all the violent scenes, all the gore scenes are cut out this, so I can believe that this is cut by several minutes. Then a one-time video nasty, Madhouse. This is Alpha Panorama Video's version. This is also released by Castle Video here in Finland, with a better cover than this. And there wasn't any info on Elonet site about the cuts of this version, but I could say that all the gore scenes are cut out, and that infamous dockhead drilling sequence is also completely cut out. And in that sequence you definitely can see that it's a fake dockhead. Anyway. Then, From Dusk Till Dawn is next on my list, and this got a 16 rated release, 1996. And the video version was cut by 1 minute 41 seconds. And then a couple of direct-to-video action movies are ending this video. First up, Oliver Gruner in Angel Town. And this was released on video 1992, rated 16, and cut by 1 minute 38 seconds. And those cuts are presumably by distributor, because VET cuts are mentioned to be 54 seconds. And last film, one more Lorenzo Lamas movie. This is Final Round. Short movie, 77 minutes. And this was released in 1994, and 16 rated version is cut by 1 minute 57 seconds. And also the cut sequences are done very clumsily, and you definitely can see where the censor has been snipping this movie. Okay, this was the second part of my video, and like I said in my first video, This really could be a very long series of videos because back in the day so many movies, especially action and horror movies, got released as cut versions, and very many movies didn't get a video release at all because they were rated 18 and couldn't be released on video. So I don't know, am I going to do any more parts to this, but well, I did the second one and I hope you enjoyed watching this. Thanks guys.